not help yourself. And that is how they know that you're ready. I know I have nowadays many of the women that have called me of late, I've not even sent them to the shelter because I can already tell that she's gonna go to the shelter and she's gonna she's gonna she's really gonna gonna leave because she's already feeling like she's special, you know. We have choosy beggars for real, you know. So green card, they can help you, but they're not gonna help you get green card. They're gonna send you to a lawyer and Catholic charities or any organization that can help you. You know. Now another thing people ask is that is the shelter is dirty. Somebody asked me that question. Oh my God, I hear the shelter is dirty and there's homeless people in the shelter. So you're judging, you're judging that there are homeless people in the shelter. You can't go in the shelter. Let me tell you, I was in the shelter myself. Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna judge. There's lawyers in the shelter. There's doctors in the shelter. There's homeless people in the shelter. And when you go to the shelter, they're not gonna. Everybody. There's rules in the shelter. It's like there's rules in the shelter. I was in the shelter that I went to. I shared a room, but then my roommate left, and then it was me and my child, and then later on it was just me. And in the evenings we would eat, we would clean up. Everybody had a chore. Some people would be mopping or whatever, but it was fun. They uh, of course there are people who are not the same as you. You'll find that if you're a Muslim, you'll be around Christians. You're a Christian, you'll be around Muslims. If you're homeless, you'll be around a lawyer. A lawyer will be around. It's different. It's different. Do not be judgmental, but there's rules. It doesn't mean that when you go there, you're gonna be sleeping all over. I've seen movies where they show people sleeping in bunk beds in big. You're thinking about boarding school where everybody in Kenya, there's a one long hall and there's 20 beds. It's not like that. They still have to have certain standards in order for you to fit in there. It was for me. My child always used to say we lived in a hotel. It was okay. Of course, there are people who you just have to go there and mind your business. Don't go there and start bringing problems. Of course. And if you go there and some people say, oh, I went to the shelter and I was kicked out, you have to follow rules. Do not tell people where the shelter is. They give you rules like you have to come back by 6, or they to give you rules like do not tell the abuser where you are. Some people do that, and then they're kicked out. Oh, they kicked me out, or they didn't help me, or I came there 5 minutes late. It's a rule. 5 minutes late is late. You can be kicked out. Don't blame anybody but yourself. That's all I'm telling you right now. Okay? So, yeah, the possibility of sharing a room is there, but let me tell you, if you're truly, truly being abused, the shelter will be many women have got help because it's a better place than being where they are. You're being abused, you're being beaten, or you're being called names and all those things. You're better off now. It's not a hotel. They could be like a hotel if you make it. You can be in a high standard hotel and still feel uncomfortable, or you can be in a very bad hotel but feel very comfortable. Let me tell you, it's how you feel. Have you heard the story of a poor man who was sleeping out on the streets, and there was a rich guy in a hotel? He looked downstairs and he told his worker, go and bring that guy, put him in a room and let him sleep in one of the best rooms. The next day, the beggar, he enjoyed himself, but later on, when he was asked, he said, man, I was happy down there because I was dreaming that I was in the bed. I was very comfortable. So it depends where you want to feel comfortable, where you feel good at. It doesn't matter. But if you want to feel like the shelter is a hard rock, you'll feel like a hard rock out there. Expectations. There's a lot of expectations when people go in the shelter. They want to call the shelter. They want to ask them, will you get me green card? Will I do this? They want guarantee as soon as they make that call. They do not have to guarantee you anything when you make that call. They don't have to tell you I'm going to make your green card. If you really want help and all you care about, are you really going to help me with green card? You're calling, oh, I'm being in a domestic abuse. Okay, will you guys give me green card? Will you guys? No, 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 no. Get out of the abuse. The emergency line, when you call, their most important thing is to get you out of your abuse. That is what is important for them. That is more important to them than anything else. So get out of the abuse, find out their services once they get there. Do not get sieved out before you get in. You find out about what they help with once they get in there. And all shelters are different. I can't say they are all the same, okay? So expectation, what you want. So my advice to you before I finish this video, and please subscribe if you can subscribe and share this video with a friend who is going through domestic violence.
Okay,
My advice to you is that you can call the domestic hotline, and you can call, just type domestic shelter in your area and you will get help. And once you get help, once you call them, just if you really need to call 911, call 911. If you need to call the shelter so that they can, if you need to get out of the situation, they will get you out of the situation. Do not be scared of calling that 911. Do not expect too much from them as soon as you get there. Things take time. Your caseworker may not come immediately that same day. They may not guarantee what you want at that time. But follow what they tell you. Listen to what they're telling you. These people have done this for years, so they know, they're experienced, they're learned in it. They have counselors. They know what they're doing. Trust in the process, and everything will be okay. I hope this helps somebody, because I really do not want people to miss the chance of going to the shelter, because people are telling them that it is dirty. The shelter is not a dirty place. Well, how would they house anybody in a dirty place in this country? How can they be allowed to do that? It's only women. If it's a women's shelter for domestic violence, they try to make your life, everything comfortable. They try to give your kid toys. They'll give you clothes if you had to go without clothes. It might not be clothes from dealers like you're used to. They'll give you toys. It might not be toys from Toys R Us, might be from the dollar store, but you never know. You also get toys from Toys R Us, or you'll get used toys. You just have to lower down your expectation. Do not expect the whole world when you go there. And expect not to eat the same food that you've been eating. They're not going to be serving you steak. You could be eating sandwiches. Be okay with what you get. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And to me, I believe the shelter is still a better place than going to a relative's place, because at least they can help you. Know that the process is long, and once you get there, if you just really decide to go to the shelter, the process could be very long, and be ready for that process to be long. But they will help you through it if you keep up with what they want. I hope this helps somebody. Please subscribe. You guys have a good day, and God bless you.